Thank you, sir. Thank you
Yeah,
for.
I hope I was not muted so far.
No.
Yeah.
No, sir. Actually, it was a wonderful presentation, and further you elaborated where Mr. Binod have stopped about the roads. Even people are driving fast again have to think about the potholes now. The best part of your presentation was it was very interesting. The presentation slides were have kept everyone thinking, especially the Aishwarya Rai and the elephant one.
Yeah, most of what I said I have learned from Dr. Binod Kumar. So the credit goes
Dr.
to him.
Ramchandra was a professor for 20 years.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
You had to keep all the students awake by showing beautiful
Yes.
girls' picture. So same thing he is using here also.
So,
Thank you.
sir, yes, if you can please share the slides with all our participants, like everyone
Yeah,
have
yeah.
your mail ID also, or you can give it to the
Yeah.
Future X. They will share whoever is.
Yeah. I will do that. I'll send it to you, and you can share it with the participants.
Sure, sir. It was a beautiful
Yeah.
presentation, and
Thank
you have simplified it, and everyone have understood, I guess. So now our fourth speaker, we had also Dr. L.R. Manjunath. He is a B Civil MBA Marketing, postgraduate diploma in Finance Management, postgraduate diploma in Management, MPhil, PhD, and he is the chairman to Indian Concrete Institute, concrete technologist, and expert on green building material. He is a fellow member to ACCI Chapter 1. Sir would be speaking on the topic of
Thank you, Mr. Nitesh Modi. Once again, I welcome back all the participants through Zoom and also Facebook. I think already we have spent almost 1.5 to 2 hours time listening to various eminent speakers. Binod Kumar, Dr. Ramchandra, they're all very senior to me, and I am small. I'm a small man in front of them. So taking it forward, concrete is the most consumed material after water, and concrete and steel. These are the two fundamental materials. They make the construction, whether it may be buildings, roads, bridges, highways, or dams, whatever we talk about. These two are the two most consumed materials. Dr. Ramchandra was telling, so concrete is an unforgiving material. Okay, so if you don't take care of concrete making properly or construction properly, so they don't forgive you. Your parents, your mother may forgive you if you do a mistake. Your teacher may also forgive you. But if you do mistake in making concrete, it will show. So then, friends, the quality, construction quality becomes paramount. We have our eminent panelist today, engineer Madhukar, who has worked in Singapore 13 years. So you are always talking about quality in construction. He's a project manager. So he was telling me, I'll answer all the calls, don't worry, regarding the quality aspect in construction. I'm just giving a brief overview on how to maintain quality. I'm not going very deep. It's very short time is there already. Most of the time of the webinar is consumed because we had eminent speakers. I just take you a brief a journey through quality construction management. So this is about my company. I from JSW Group, part of one of the largest building materials company. We are into steel, we are into cement, we are into energy, and also we are into paints along with infrastructure. So we have two basic process products: fly ash from the thermal power plants, and also slag from the steel mill, which we use and make very eco-friendly products. What Dr. Ramchandra was talking about, how to make the construction eco-friendly and green. Most of our products are very, very eco-friendly, where we use this process material from our upstream industry like energy and steel to make eco-friendly products. So coming back to our core topic today, construction quality management. Why it is very important? Being construction industry professionals, we all know how the quality of construction is deteriorating every day in Indian context. Dr. Ramchandra, Dr. Vinod Kumar, they talked about, okay, while constructing a road also, maybe a concrete road or a bituminous road or any building, when we, as per the specifications, design is perfectly done, and we are seeing a lot of potholes. So Dr. Ramchandra was telling the design life of the bituminous road is 5 years and concrete road is 20 years. And friends, I am also seeing a lot of bituminous roads being executed. I'm also seeing a lot of concrete road being executed. Okay, when we see the roads, whatever we lay during this rainy season by BBMP contractors and all, by next rainy season, the roads are not there, completely gone. Lot of potholes, cause of, and now roads also, I am seeing a lot of cracks coming. It is not done as per the quality. So whether we construct buildings, roads, bridges, whatever is the quality is responsible for quality. The background is that construction, as Dr. Ramchandra was telling, is not done by only engineers or only architects. People from the agricultural field, who are our construction industry laborers, they're not all trained or highly educated. They come, most of the works are being done by people coming from UP, Bihar, West Bengal, Jharkhand, and the workforce industry. They all come from, they were agriculturists earlier. Okay, they didn't have, they must have made up to standards and all. They're not trained people. We need workforce to do construction. They come to the field and they have to get the knowledge from the his senior. That's all, maximum. Okay, or sometimes without any experience they start doing the work. So that means to say, to look at quality, we have to look at all the parameters. Okay, all the parameters means the manpower, the trained manpower, the material, the process, and technology. So all these things are there, then only we can achieve good quality in construction. So coming to the quality management systems. So all these things were not there earlier. These are all the latest developments after 1990 in India, when the economic things changed actually. When we started liberating our economy, and more and more construction started happening after the 1990. So we are involved in developing very quality systems. So quality management systems refers to planning, quality assurance, and quality control. Okay, we have to do a proper planning and document, create a document to measure the quality and also control the quality on the field. We must create very good documents, very good planning. If it is not executed at the site level, then it's going to be waste. Who are engineers, the masons, the contractors? They're the people who are going to execute. So that means to say, to have the main goal of concrete industry is to ensure that construction is executed successfully, quality stated at the minimum cost. So friends, so what is quality management in construction? Quality management in construction is the policy procedures put in place. Okay, organize ability to deliver quality to its customers. So when customers gives the project to us, it may be a government agency, or it may be a private builders, maybe a small individual house builders. So we will be definitely looking at how we are going to improve the quality parameters. Okay, so this is very important. Already previous speakers have clearly told, if you don't construct properly any buildings or any structures or any roads, then we are going to have serious problems immediately within 3 to 4 years. So how the journey of quality has happened globally, pre-World War II. It was only people were looking at quantity, okay, not looking at quality at all. Okay, it was the mass production after the industrial revolution. It was a scale of production was very important. So people were not looking at what quality of product, what quality of shirts, or wearing local shirt. They were not looking at quality. What kind of motorcycle I'm using, whether I'm using a Maruti or a Benz car, they were not looking at that. So people were not related to the quality. They were looking at only quantity. Okay. So period of change happened, from quantity to quality. 1940s, after the Second World War, Japan got destroyed almost majorly, and that is the first country in the world who started implementing quality principles. They invited eminent experts from America. So America was not with quality at that time; it was only at quantity. They invited those people to implement quality systems in Japan. But today, people talk about quality; they always refer Japan or Germany. These are the countries which developed, which embedded the idea of quality in whatever the works they do, process. So global economy focus on quality came, as I already told you, after 1990 onwards, when our Indian economy was liberalized. So there are many gurus in quality management system. So certain quotes from various gurus of quality management system use. Quality is means, sorry, fitness for use. Mr. Juron, Joseph Juron, is one of the quality experts. So he talked about it should be usual, the preliminary definition of quality. Okay. Then coming to quality is conformance to requirement. Philip B. Crosby is the one expert who talked about should be as per the specifications. Okay. So another guru in quality management, Edwards Deming. Deming principles are famous all over the world. Quality should be aimed at the needs of the consumers, present and future. So quality is nothing but I do a road work and white topping road or maybe bituminous road. It will last. I execute it 1 month is last tender. It's not that. Should be for future. Completely designed life should be adhered to. So many speakers are there. I don't want to spend much of time. So coming to the equation of quality. So quality is equal to performance by expectations. So friends, we know. So always look at performance. We may have the best products in the world. We may bring it, maybe a good car, automobile, or a scooter, or a TV set, any gadgets we bring, or any mobile. So we bring, we look at performance versus expectations. If performance exceeds the expectations in any product, delivery, or service, so we say the quality is good, perception of the customers is very good, or service is very good. You look at that angle. So performance should always exceed the expectations of a consumer. So what is quality in construction? So friends, looking at, okay, when we look at construction, we are looking at how do you measure quality in construction? Completing the project on schedule, one aspect. Executing it, meeting the owner's requirement within budget. We cannot exceed the specification mentioned in the contract. Executing the project as per the specifications given in terms of concrete, on sort of steel usage, sort of finishing work, avoiding disputes and claims. So I say, so I have taken more time, I need more money, I cannot do, I have underquoted. So we should not enter into any disputes at all. Okay. And also ensuring facilities and products performance for its intended purpose. So whatever purpose you have intended, it may be a building, it may be any product and all, it should be put to complete use. Okay. A chowdhury constructed for a marriage hall should be fulfilling the purpose of a marriage hall, a convention center, a IT park, or maybe a structure, road constructed for vehicle usage. So it serves the purpose. That is the main idea of quality in constructions. So 4 pillars. Quality management is the deliver on schedule. So on-time delivery is very important. You should not delay, come what may. Then work within budgets and work without dispute. These are the 4 pillars, hallmark of construction quality management. Okay. See evolution. So how the quality can be maintained. Inspection is very important. Whatever the works we are, when we receive concrete, we have to check for the slump. So when we place the concrete, we should look at the compressed system 3 days, 7 days, 28 days. When we receive the steel, any raw material, tiles, aggregates, whatever may be the materials we receive for making construction at site, to get the MTC. certification. That is very important. Quality control is important. Developing quality manuals to measure the process, whatever comes. So it should be as per the specification. When you receive any material or cement or any cementitious material, aggregates, finished products, whatever product. So for every product we have standards. So it should be measurable. Assurance is important. Recording. Okay, whatever we get the products, get the material, execute the process, work, and we should measure it. Nowadays, people are measuring with using drones. People are having a camera installed while work is executing. So online photography, all these things have come now. New technology, new innovation have come, so that the work is properly recorded. We can always find out what went wrong, what did not go wrong. So, and coming to the final point, total quality management. So TQM is measuring the overall aspect in a project. Okay. Contractors. In a building, we are a plumbing contractor, then we have sanitary contractors, plumbing contractor, then waterproofing contractor, civil works contractor, AC installation contractors, landscaping contractors, and whatnot. There are more than 100 to 200 agencies working in any project site. So a project manager, like there are many project management consultancy now, it was not there earlier. So after the liberation and many projects coming now, we have project management consultants. So using these techniques, systems, they have to measure the quality at site. Overall objectives are achieved. So how you measure the quality in constructions? PDCA cycle, okay, then fishbone diagram, Perodo chart, decision matrix, scatter diagram, flow chart, histogram, price tree diagram. There are so many tools to measure quality on various aspects. So factors that affect construction quality management. What are the factors? I already told you, friends, the material, okay, the low quality material. So we should not allow low quality material to be supplied to any site at all. Okay, and vendors and failures, supplier failures. So enlisting a suitable, good vendor who always delivers on quality is very important. So that's why in contract they specify brand of cement, brand of steel to be used, brand of tires to be used. Not allowing anybody to enter and supply a material just by dropping the price. So that's very important. Subcontractors mishandling should be avoided. Failure to document changes. So there will be continuous changes based on the client requirement. The architect should be producing drawing, giving to the structural consultant, comes to PMC. So let us say you don't get yourself updated always, then going to be a problem. The last minute changes. Okay. So miscommunication between the teams, architects, structural consultant, project management contractors. So if there's a miscommunication, then the quality will suffer. Okay. Complexity in designs. Design should be simple. You should not design a building which cannot be implemented. Any great designs or cannot be executed at all. So that design should be simple and should be able to be implemented easily. So like that, we have ignored audits and testing. We don't ignore testing. You don't test it properly. Periodic testing as per the norms, and you don't do the quality audit. So quality audit is very important. It's the duty of the project management consultant to do a continuous auditing. So coming to the how the quality is implemented, quality manual should be prepared, quality procedures to be documented. There should be a manual, plan should be there, and forms and formats are very important to and assure at every stage of construction, starting from excavation, site clearing to excavation, you are putting your site office, and everything should be properly documented and should be available whenever it's coming for inspections. So what are the objectives of quality management, friends? Should have zero defects. Okay. So let us say I make a concrete road, there is no cracks. I make a bituminous road, there is no pothole. Okay. I make a building, no cracks, no seepage of water, no carbonation, no chloride attack, no attack, marine stairs, no deteriorations. Identify and solve the problem before customer does. The customer should not point out there's a problem, you have already executed the there, you have to repair. So client engineer should not make a remark on your quality. You should be able to execute any project or any work without any remarks. Establish true quality control by making quality built-in and not inspected. So built-in quality systems. We talk about when quality, we talk about always Toyota just in time. So they are the people who implement quality systems globally. Manufacturing system the best in the world. So should be built in. How they are able to make it just in time. We have a factory in Bangalore, Toyota factory. I have visited a couple of times work and I have seen quality systems and all. I mean, so like talking about very good companies who implement quality systems. Okay. So first time, every time first time. That should be the mantra of construction when we do execute the projects. So why quality management? But don't do any mistakes. Your work can be much faster. Fewer rejections. Rejections are not there. Clients are not angry. Consultants are not angry on your quality of work. Reduce if not eliminate customers' complaint. I know customers always complain. We always talk about that. So satisfying customer is like satisfying God. Japan, they talk customer as God. Okay, we should embed that quality in our mind. That customer is God. So you should not complain. Keep on complaining. Okay. So improve customer relations. I know complaints are going to come. So how you can overcome? You should not fight with the customers. Should not fight with the consultants, architect. The contract should have a mindset. Accept the mistakes if he has done, not to challenge the mistake. So then accept the mistake, ready to accept changes, ready to accept the mistakes and rectify it quickly so that the stitching time saves 9. Improve supplier relations. So any project we do, we get a lot of raw materials, cement or cementitious materials, aggregates, whatnot, tiles, fittings, everything, steel, everything we get. So let us say, should not have a shortcut. Okay, the good vendor is not supplying. I will go to a second vendor, third vendor. So you should not compromise on the quality. Should always shortlist 3 vendors for any emergencies. Any problem may happen for a first vendor. So the second vendor should be ready or share the suppliers. Okay, you divide the orders between 2 suppliers and take the material so that always you can immediately change over. What are the things? The Juran's quality trilogy, the quality guru. So we talked about quality planning, quality control, and quality improvement. So continuous improvement. So quality is not a one-day topic or one-day subject or one-day formula. So it's continuous. What you have done today, it may not be relevant tomorrow. So how you improve your quality is very, very important. So basic principle of construction quality management approach should be good, should be from the senior management. So how senior management, a quality policy, they design for an organization. Okay, that's very important. So many shares of many companies are evaluated not only on the vision and mission program, the quality program, the quality policy, what company is having. So that is the paramount important. So each and every company is having quality policy is very important and adhere to that. So senior management is critical in this, implementing the quality systems in an organization, in a project. Scope, company scope, scale, everyone's responsibility. Quality, as I told you, should not say that it is the site engineer responsibility, project manager responsibility. No, each and every person working in the site, starting from the security guard to a waterman who waters the concrete for curing purpose. Such is the importance. He plays a very important role in concrete attaining the strength. He does not, he may tell lies. There are tall buildings and all. He may not go and do the water curing at all. He may document I have done. If he does not adhere to the system and take responsibility, your concrete will always fail. So that's what. So philosophy is prevention, not detection. So prevent, every stage prevention is very important when we implement systems. That means to say we have to put robust systems in place so that detection should not become a policeman. After theft has happened, some robbery has happened, some murder and rape has happened, people should not go. How you can prevent? Many countries and all, they have implemented robust system like Singapore or like Middle East and all. Dubai. They have put a robust system that they have put system that people should follow. So we should not find defects. Prevention is very important. And right first time. So whenever we do any project, any maybe concreting or anything, so concrete as Dr. Ramchandra has put, unforgiving material. If you do mistake, if you don't compact it properly, start leaking the next day. So it's unforgiving. If you don't do properly, it may develop cracks and all. So if crack is developed, it may absorb moisture, absorb water and all. So it's unforgiving. So any construction is not forgiving. If you do any small mistake, a small damage to the structures and also serviceability of the structures. So control, cost of quality. So cost of quality comes with control. Okay, it's very important. Theme, ongoing improvement. Continuous improvement is the hallmark of quality. So friends, as I told you, transition towards construction quality management, quality control, quality management. So there's a comparison. Past and quality management looks at future, detects faults in control, but prevent errors. Look for guilty persons, look for defaults in the process. So we always try to blame others. Okay, when concrete fails, they say cement failed, GGBS problem, admixture problem. So the contractor will never take the blame on themselves, come what may. The moment any failure, they you call the cement guy, call that GGBS guy, you call that admixture guy, put the blame on them. Something has gone wrong. These are all processed product, manufactured product. Absolutely, there is no problem at all in the quality of any cement which is coming from a factory. Latest technology has adopted. So admixture they manufacture. So instead of blaming everybody, find out what kind of water cement ratio you have used. Okay, whether you have properly mixed the concrete, you have checked for the slump. You look at your mistakes. So that's very important, not blaming. Okay, instead of accusing people, help, moderate, and facilitate. Punish and motivate. So punishment is always there. We always punish. This is the penalty. But you correct him and motivate him. Don't do next time. This is the way forward. Putting system in place is very important. Micromanagement. We cannot put a camera everywhere and start observing. Systematic management is very important. Like reject the concrete if it has come. Okay, cities like Bangalore, it takes more than 3 hours concrete. If it comes, don't accept it at all. Check for the slum, reject it. You order concrete for column concreting. So you will be involving your workers to erect the concrete at that time. If concrete will come and waiting. You will order in the morning. I want 2 loads of concrete. It will come and waiting. After 4 hours, 5 hours, by the time it is ready, concrete is dead. You use that same concrete because you cannot reject. Your project manager will blame you and put a penalty on you. So use that concrete. Then if you complain, concrete is failed. This is the problem of the concrete company. That's what we try to find a scapegoat every action. So flow diagram for implementation, CQM. So client is there, you give the contracts with the specifications and all. The team is responsibility as to design, construct, implement, and hand over to the clients. So should get a positive feedback. So when you have positive feedback from the client, definitely you're going to get the next project also for you. So whatever quality you spend, time and energy and money, it will give you back with new orders, appreciations. So the good certification from a client, it will get more projects from elsewhere. So elements prior to total quality management, when it was not, there's a different change. Okay, product oriented earlier, it was now customer focused. They look at customers as the god. Priority, second to service, first to service. Service is very important. Looking at long-term goals, always look at prevention, then detections. It's done by systems, then just an operation failure. So it's everybody responsibility, not only the QC responsibility. The teams, and not the managers, and delegate and mentor, rather than plan and control. So these are the hallmark of total quality management. So what are the diseases in TQM? Quality management, lack of consistency or purpose. You should have a purpose. If I want to execute a project, I should have a purpose. In so many days, so many safety hours, so much of quality days without accident, I want to execute the project. That should be the hallmark. Okay, shouldn't have a short-term thinking. Should focus on long-term and execution. should not look at short-term profits also. Okay, and we should not we review the employees once in a year, annual review and all. Should be reviewed every month. Okay, so should not give so much of gap. So periodic review is very important. Use of visible figures and ignoring unknown figures. Okay, so what is in front of you should see, and don't look at the theoretical part. Practically approach the problems and find the solutions. So already I've discussed the elements of TQM. Customer focus is very important. Involvement of top management leadership, employee engagement is very important, and also you should have a centralized process so that there's a control on each and every aspect. There's a continuous monitoring on the work executed and the people involved actually. So kindly, if you do all these things, you're going to have a continuous improvement in quality and recognition. And continuous education and training is the hallmark of implementing total quality systems. So benefits, definitely the whatever we show, so is the reaping benefits. So if you invest money, time, and energy, and for implementing the quality, you are going to get enormous benefits. Finally, the customer is going to be satisfied with additional work. You will get bonus doing on time. Okay, reduce cost, reduce rejections, increase employee productivity. Employees are also satisfied. They don't do any mistakes and complete any job on time every time. Then they'll also be very happy. So reduce mistakes, increases efficiency. A lot of savings are going to be there when you reduce rejections. So justification of the budgets. Okay, so like budget has been given based on the actual quantities. If you don't do any mistakes, definitely you can finish any project within budget. There's no cost overruns. Increase readiness of the whole organization. So the whole organization will be agile in implementing qualities. Like we have got big companies in manufacturing. So they say, okay, 3.6% defects in 1 million pieces. That's called 6 sigma. Many organizations achieve 6 sigma. Imagine just 3.6 pieces in 1 million pieces. That is the hallmark of quality in total quality management. So better profitability. So definitely, friends, when you achieve quality, your structure is going to be durable, efficiency will be there, you're going to get some profits. So that is the hallmark. Many people lose money, contractors, because they don't have a good team to execute any projects. So coming to total TQM, already I've discussed on all these parameters. This is a flow chart, how we can implement the total quality systems by clubbing all the systems together. Suppliers, material vendors, then employees, then consultants, then client. So finally the approving agency. So putting all the people in a single picture, how we are going to integrate together. It's very important. The way forward for any quality management is that robust systems are very important. It should be top to bottom. Okay. So the quality system should be starting from the top people, not should be the responsibility of a small person, maybe a mason or maybe a carpenter or a carpenter. So it should be aligned to the organization's goals and achievements. Okay, very important. Should be planned one. Okay, CQM requires a defined and clear framework to ensure that every time we are going to achieve quality in a repetitive manner, in a continuous manner. With conclusion, I'm only giving a small picture to implement quality systems in any construction project. So the organization should have a system properly in place. Okay, have the trained manpower, management, suppliers, vendors. These are all putting together. We can quality. Okay, so customer always look at service, and also yield is not ready to pay very high. Should be very competitive. Okay, so let us say they always call for technical bid and commercial bid. Any metro project, highway project. So they will not give a contractor who is always L1. If he is not technically also superior, the contract may not go to him nowadays. Earlier it was only L1. It may be any contractor, Tom, Dick and Harry. But now they're looking at evaluating whether it's technically evaluated properly, whether he can have the manpower, resources, machines, plants, financial resources, and his experience has executed already of some same scale. These are the things which are coming in picture when a tender itself given to a contractor. So it's very important. Okay. So company is committed to quality, always have the customer satisfaction. Customers are there with them. They achieve repeated orders and repeated profitability, and they will be the leaders. Okay. They'll be leaders in the race in developing an ecosystem where quality constructions are implemented. So, with the word of, I'm talking about the word of preventing uh, mistakes is much more time and cost effective than correcting them. Okay, correcting them always cost more money, more time, and all. So, prevention is better than cure. That is the word. So, with that, I would like to close my presentation. Thank you very much. I thank FutureX for providing this opportunity. Indian Concrete Institute is the organization, associate organization along with FutureX. Would like to have many more programs. I thank also Vinod Kumar and Madhukar and Dr. Ramchandra for accepting invitations from ICI side to be part of the event. Thank you.
I guess I'm not mute this time.
No, perfectly audible.
Thank you, sir. This was we were all listening to Dr. L.R. Manjunath. Sir, basically you have given us some key mantra for a successful business explained through your quality management. And you know, this is some kind of blessing in disguise what we have in this COVID situation. This platform or this seminar is only conducted because of COVID-19. We have to accept it.
This is going to be continuous now because
Yes,
we all moved from the physical platform to the online platform. We should thank COVID for every for every distress. There's an opportunity. Okay,
that
so
is what.
There's an opportunity. So this is an opportunity created by an unforeseen enemy.
Very rightly said, sir. So we have come together, and this is a truly knowledge-sharing platform. And we are privileged basically to have such a distinguished panelist and all this detailed discussion about quality management and how to maintain the quality of roads and different sectors of the construction industry. Well, one more thing, sir, it's your hard study and your hard, well-made presentation, and we all are getting it free of cost. And this is really a very knowledgeable, and it's going to stay forever. Like this is in Facebook Live, everybody is watching, and we can watch later also. One more thing, like there are few questions coming in the Facebook Live as well. So I would ask the FutureX team to reply them or to keep that questions, mail those questions to the panelists